I have absolutely no words. This whole entire game I watched, the fucking media kept saying Andrew Luck this, Andrew Luck yet that. Yet we made Indianapolis work for that W. I really want to be all good sportsman shit about this result. However, let's be honest. It's a combination of the shit play calling and the fact that on the fourth quarter, we foolishly decide to run it on the 5th-yard line, 3rd and 10. And our defense is just flat out not good enough. It's better than a good number of other teams, but not good enough nonetheless. So, congratulations to the Indianapolis Colts and their fans. How they'll do in the next couple of games is up to them. If they keep up that magical consistency they finally found in the O-line that kept that magic going in their last 4 games, maybe, just maybe, they might make that wildcard spot. But considering they've struggled against us, I just don't see Indianapolis getting it. And even if they get it, I don't see them going far. And that's a shame, because overall, this game that my team and the Colts played was a really good game. Both teams fought hard as nails with the odds certainly against both of us. In this Dolphins season, I've been saying that our loss against Cincinnati was the worst. And that I had that in the back of my mind before we go into this game. This game sucked even more because unlike giving up a 17-point lead, we gave up a 10-point lead, a close win that should have been ours, and, more so likely, we gave up a chance to be in the playoffs. Once again. I can't tell whether that's a blessing in disguise or not because we've dealt with so much injuries, crushing losses, and embarrassing performances, and the true reality that Brock Lobster isn't that great. As for Ryan Tannehill, once again, he played fantastic 75% of the time. But the other 25% where he didn't was at the point where it mattered. Most fans would be hopping off the Tannehill bandwagon, but on the other hand, I'm giving him 5 more chances, aka the rest of the season. So far that's 1 loss. That's 1 loss. If he gives us 2 more, that'll be the point where I fade away from the Tannehill bandwagon. In fact, our next opponent is the Buffalo Bills. And it's at our house. If he loses that game, I don't give a fuck if he wins against the Patriots the following week and afterwards. I'll be done with Tannehill. I've said this so many times. I don't understand why this franchise doesn't give David Fales a chance. It's such a crying shame because Tyson, aka Kiss the Rings, and his annoying band of Patriot clowns, Pat Socks, Celts, Pens, and Marsman, and now this douchebag right here named something like Hellfire something. I don't know what his name is. He wrote a comment on my previous hate week. They're going to be riding our losses like Yankee Doodle on macaroni with a feather in their cap. I had a good Thanksgiving weekend vacation with my family up in Orlando, Florida, and after watching so many college football games, it made me that much more excited for this game that just happened. And just when we were doing so awesome and making all those fans in the royal blue at Lucas Oil Stadium sweat, we lose a close one. It was bad enough watching Alabama and Ohio State win it. But even though I'm proud our men proved my point in the hate week about the Colts making them work for that win, I was kind of hoping for a win. This season, so far in a nutshell, can only be described in 4 words: bad coaching and injuries. Other than that, for once, it's not the fact that our team sucks. This team definitely has potential to make a wild card spot. But once again, another NFL season. Another year where we go down, the Jets and Bills sucking as usual, and the Patriots still sitting on the Iron Throne. And this year, we don't get coached in the right direction. It's going to be hard moving on to Buffalo, all optimistic, because that should be an easy win. And even if we win, it's still not satisfying enough when we can't handle against the big notable teams like the Texans, the Packers, and of course the Patriots. I'm not ready to give up on Tannehill yet, but as far as this season goes, it's over. If we can't at least beat Indianapolis, there's no hope. The even sadder part about that, aside from the fact that we started going 3-0 before now going 5 wins and 6 losses, is that us not making it to the playoffs might actually be a blessing in disguise. Because with all the injuries we've collected, we would have been a laughing stock to all the haters. We sure as hell would have scored more than 3 points in our first game in the playoffs compared to last year's Buffalo Bills against Jacksonville. But still, when we have too many injuries, it just only drags the team down. Once again, this was a really good game. Congratulations to the Colts. And I'm proud of my team putting up one hell of a fight against them. But that pass to Hilton rushing down 36 yards, Marcus Hunt tackling some guy named Beckham at around 8 minutes and 13 seconds, and of course, the final kick to break the tie to 27-24 were the 3 difference makers that gave Colts this win. I'm not going to say this well-deserved win. I'm just going to say those 3 things that happened gave them this win. I'm never going to say the win was well-deserved because this could have gone either way. This game really could have. Sorry if I'm a little salty about that, but were you expecting a platinum hate week? Because if you don't like it, too bad. This season is over. The only impact we can truly make is fucking up the Minnesota Vikings, and I doubt that's going to happen. Other than that, our 2 games against Buffalo and our games against New England and Jacksonville doesn't matter whether we win or not. Fuck, even if we score all wins for the rest of the season, we've done so lackluster on the road that we'd be a disaster in the playoffs. If there's still Miami Dolphins fans who aren't giving up this season, I give them props. But it takes a lot for me to throw in the towel. And this game made me finally do it. This is Dolphignition. Fins down.